8 most dangerous roads in the world, the road less taken. Considering the risks, it's sometimes just not worth it. Join us as we take a look at some of the world's most dangerous roads that are likely to kill you. Number 8. The Guoliang Tunnel Road, China. Located in the Taihang Mountains in the Henan Province of China, the remote village of Guoliang is almost completely cut off from the rest of the world. Getting in and out was extremely difficult for the villagers, having to walk across steep cliffs and climb an almost vertical set of 720 mountain steps. Guoliang was doomed to become a ghost town, and the Chinese government refused to invest millions building a road for just a few hundred people. In 1972, the villagers decided to take things into their own hands and carve out a road into the mountainside. With basic tools like hammers and chisels, 13 villagers worked tirelessly for over 5 years, hollowing out the side of the mountain, with one of them dying in the process. The 1-mile-long Guoliang Tunnel was finally opened for traffic in 1977 and is currently Guoliang Village's only access to the outside world. It does not see much traffic, although it is still dangerous. The locals call it the road that tolerates no mistakes, as one requires monk-like focus to drive through the steep and narrow lanes that tend to twist, turn, and dip unexpectedly. During the rainy seasons, fog and rain hamper visibility greatly, and the roads get really slippery. In the summer, drivers have to worry about falling rocks and dust. Amazingly, the road has become a tourist attraction due to its unique design and the breathtaking view it offers. About 30 square-shaped holes have been carved out of the cliff to serve as windows, providing light and offering insanely stunning views to the Chinese landscape from inside the tunnel. Number 7. The Ohashi Bridge, Japan. Pictures of the Ohashi Bridge in Japan have been widely circulated across the internet and is popularly known by the nickname Roller Coaster Bridge. One look at it and you'll immediately understand why. The 1-mile-long concrete road bridge connects the cities of Matsue and Sakai Minato over Nakaomi Lake and has an incredible slope with a gradient of 6.1% on one side and 5.1% on the other. Like a roller coaster, it seems to go straight into the sky before dropping off suddenly. The reason behind its seemingly crazy design is so that fishing boats can safely pass underneath without disrupting traffic. The road bridge is enough to send chills to even the most confident drivers. After reaching the top, drivers have to descend gradually and carefully in order to prevent loss of control. The Ohashi Bridge was featured in a Japanese commercial for Daihatsu Tanto minivan, in which they purposely exaggerated the slope to make it steeper than it really is. Number 6. Shoji La Paz, India. The Shoji La Paz is an extremely high mountain pass in India that serves as a vital link between the cities of Ladakh and Kashmir, and without it, the people of Ladakh would be totally cut off from the outside world. The road stretches 9 kilometers long and runs as high as 3.5 kilometers above sea level. At some sections, you could hardly call it a road, as it appears as nothing more than a crumbling narrow lane hugging the side of the mountain, with no safety barriers whatsoever. The roads are often closed during winter, and for very good reason. The snowfall could get so intense, reaching 20 meters deep, making the route impassable for months. The heavy snowfalls and landslides often cause people to get stuck and stranded for long periods before rescuers could arrive. Although the road reopens in spring when the snow has melted away, vicious winds are still present all year long due to the valley's unique conical shape. These violent breezes at high altitudes can easily knock vehicles off the road into the deep gorges below. Conquering the pass not only requires skill, but also a reliable set of wheels that won't get stuck easily in the thick mud, a task that even the best four-wheel drive sometimes fail to do. On top of that, local herders bring many livestock across the pass, making the task of driving through that much harder. Number 5. Karakoram Highway, Pakistan and China. Karakoram Highway, the highest paved international roadway in the world, is the link between the two countries of Pakistan and China. Construction of the road took almost 2 decades of combined efforts between the two countries and the lives of more than 1,000 workers before the 800-mile highway was finally completed. The road cuts through some of the world's highest and mightiest mountains in the Himalayas, stretching over gorges, valleys, and rivers below. Many travelers and thrill seekers see it as a road to paradise, since it offers the most magnificent alpine scenery on Earth, including views of Mount K2, the second highest peak after Everest. However, traveling here is not for the faint-hearted or ones who are physically and mentally weak. Drivers are left with very little margin for error while steering through the foggy mountainous route that often provides no protective barriers at all from falling off into the valley below. To make things worse, avalanches, heavy snowfalls, landslides, and floods could come crashing down anytime. burying travelers or blocking their paths completely. It does not end there, however. As the roadway is so high up, drivers have to overcome altitude sickness thanks to the thin air. Also, highway bandits are known to camp out on certain sections of the road with traps, ready to strike on unwary travelers. Number 4. The BR-116 Federal Highway, Brazil. The Highway of Death. That's what people call Brazil's BR-116 highway due to the high number of road accidents that occur so often there. The federal highway is 2,700 miles long, the second longest in Brazil. Many accidents occur due to terrible weather conditions and extremely poor road maintenance. This shows up in the form of moon crate-like potholes and inconsistent terrain where many areas are left unpaved. The lanes change quickly, and the curvy and narrow mountainous roads on some parts make it impossible to see other vehicles coming towards you before it's too late. The road also has the highest concentration of big rigs at any given time, with drivers who are often overworked and exhausted over long hours behind the wheel. Combine all the mentioned factors above, and you've got a recipe for disaster. Number 3. The James Dalton Highway, Alaska. The James Dalton Highway was built in 1974 and runs parallel to the Trans-Alaska Pipeline system that runs for 400 miles between the Arctic Sea oil fields and civilization southward. Although originally built as a supply route for the oil pipeline, the road now provides access for tours to the Arctic Ocean. A journey along the beautiful Alaskan scenery would appear serene at first until you find yourself battling the heavy winds that throw rocks at your vehicle and having to avoid enormous potholes, all while trying your best not to lose control on the slippery, icy roads. Worst of all, this most northern highway in Alaska runs through the middle of nowhere and is one of America's most isolated roads. The highway passes through only 3 gas stations on its 400-mile journey northward, and the only medical facilities available are the towns at the very start and end of the road. Unfortunately for truck drivers, winter is peak season, forcing them to battle the long journey in freezing temperatures as low as -80 degrees Fahrenheit. They usually travel equipped with survival gear and sometimes with satellite phones, as cell phone coverage is not available throughout the journey. These notoriously dangerous conditions have earned the road nicknames such as Oil Spill Hill, Beaver Slide, and Oh Shit Corner. Number 2. Jalalabad-Kabul Road, Afghanistan. This 40-mile highway in Afghanistan runs between the capital Kabul and Jalalabad, the largest city in the country's eastern region. Located in an area known as the Valley of Death, the road competes with Bolivia's North Yungas Road, which will be covered shortly for the title of the world's most dangerous road. However, the Jalalabad-Kabul Road is given far less media coverage. The road is part of the Grand Trunk Road, which for 2,000 years has connected the east and west parts of the Indian subcontinent. Today, it is still largely used by locals and the Taliban, which maintain control over certain parts of the territory. But for travelers, Taliban militants would be the least of their worries. It's a combination of the narrow winding lanes that climb up to 600 meters through the Kabul Gorge that makes it a nightmare, coupled with the fact that the road always seems to be full of heavily burdened freight trucks. This is made even worse by the reckless driving Afghans are known for. People die so frequently here that the people have stopped counting the death rate since long ago. It's become sort of a spectacle where locals watch cars and trucks crashing down and flying in the air every now and then. In 2010, a New York Times journalist who ventured the area stated that on one occasion, 13 accidents happened in just 2 hours. The dangerous road, combined with the endless Taliban insurgency, certainly makes the Jalalabad-Kabul Highway one of the most dangerous roads on the planet. Number 1. North Yungas Road, Bolivia. The North Yungas Road in Bolivia was built in the 1930s during the country's war with Paraguay with the forced labor of Paraguayan prisoners. The road stretches 56 kilometers and is one of the few routes that connect the Yungas region to Bolivia's capital city. Christened the world's most dangerous road, the road has achieved legendary status for the extreme danger it poses, killing around 200 to 300 road travelers every year. The road is mostly single lane, with a width wide enough for a single vehicle. There are very few guardrails, and the cliff goes up to 600 meters. It's a regular occurrence for vehicles to go tumbling down below as they cross each other from opposite directions. As you go along the road, you'll notice a lot of X markings, especially along the many sharp turns, indicating the spots where vehicles have fallen to their doom. Bolivia's climate doesn't make it any easier. The rainy season causes the road to get muddy and slippery, in addition to the rain and fog that make it difficult to see. During summer, falling rocks are common, with the dust and debris particles limiting visibility as well. In an attempt to ensure better safety, local rules have been made in terms of speed and priorities when vehicles pass each other, but these rules are often neglected, causing vehicles to continue to tumble down the valley on a regular basis. Find out more about fatal entities that will kill you by subscribing or clicking on one of the links below.